All right, swimmers, here we go. Got a couple more questions, and these are pretty closely related as far as the nature of them, so I'm going to combine those two questions into one response, but I'll hit on both of the individual issues that swimmers are dealing with. On the first one, we've got one from Lamduan. I hope I'm saying that right, but also from Sunny and Warm. So I'm going to hit on both of these topics because they're pretty close. So hopefully I'll give you something that helps you out in the process. All right, Lamduan asks, with her elbow high, that's the one that she likes. She likes the traditional style of freestyle. She's unsure about how far back to pull on the underwater pool. Now, with free, back, and butterfly, you want to keep something in mind. You actually want a circular stroke. You want something that's going to maintain a circular motion while you are swimming. And you really don't want to have a straight line approach. That's where you pull through the water and then you finish straight back here, and then you've got to start your stroke moving forward again. With those strokes, you want to have somewhat of a circular motion that actually keeps a continuous flow with your stroke. And in order to do that, you want to be able to round it off at the end. At the back of your stroke, you want to be able to come through and you want to be able to finish the stroke with a full stroke, but you also want to be able to round that stroke so you continually have that circular flow of energy through the water. And Sunny and Warm's question has to do with the butterfly stroke. And hers is really about the underwater pool phase. Now, the butterfly stroke, a lot of people think that it's a really hard stroke, but it's really not. But there's another piece of the puzzle that you've got to keep in line, you've got to have in there. And the butterfly stroke has one little added piece as far as being able to make sure that the stroke stays continuous and has that forward motion. And with the arm stroke, it's not as easy as freestyle and backstroke just to be able to bring the arm forward. It just kind of flows with the stroke. If you want that smooth, effortless butterfly stroke, there's a little piece on the underwater pool where you have to earn it. The arms don't naturally come forward with the stroke. That's a motion that you have to be able to generate, but there's tricks to it. All right? So just like with the freestyle stroke, you want to be able to have that continuous forward circular motion with the stroke. But on the underwater pool with butterfly, when you get towards the end of the stroke, you've got to earn that next stroke by making sure that you are strong and are still accelerating through the stroke on the tail end. Because if you are weak through here, then you're going to have to get your arms to come back forward. And that's one of the boogers that frustrates a lot of butterflyers, is that they have trouble bringing their arms back forward, and it makes their stroke real choppy and inconsistent, and they think that it's a very hard stroke because they can't keep that continuous motion going forward while they're swimming. So butterflyers, on the tail end, make sure that you earn that next stroke by accelerating through the underwater pool, and being that will give you that extra momentum to be able to snap those arms forward. Also, with the butterfly stroke, you want to make sure that you round the edges on the tail end, because with that circular motion, which is what you want with butterfly, you want to make sure that you're not finishing straight back and then you have to start a forward circular motion again with your shoulder and with your stroke. You want to be able to round it at the end so that arm whips around in that circular motion. That's the best way to do butterfly, because if you take that straight line approach, finishing straight back, then you actually have to start that motion coming forward again. But if you round the tail end, if you round it out, it allows that whip to come through nice and smooth with your arms. And instead of you generating the force, the force of the stroke actually helps you to whip those arms around on the next stroke. So I hope that helps. I hope that answers the questions. And if it didn't, ask me another one, and I will give another response and try to help you out a little bit more. But I hope everybody out there is doing awesome. And if you've got any questions or concerns, then please let me know, and I'll do my best to answer. All right, good luck out there, swimmers. Take care. Bye.